Welcome to the Sons Automation Whiteboard demo. During this demo, I will try to outline the functionality of the Sons Whiteboard and what makes this application different from other EMR whiteboards. My name is Mark and I have Gina here with me. Gina and I will walk you through the Sons Whiteboard.
First of all, this application is not a spreadsheet. The code was written in-house by our engineers here in northwestern Pennsylvania. All of our products are designed, developed, and supported by our staff. When you call Sons, you will speak to someone closely involved with the creation of all of our applications. In addition, we created our applications in a way that requires little or no manual data input. Once configured, our whiteboard pulls data from the Mosaiq EMR and automatically updates the whiteboard in real time. The whiteboard runs on a standard PC. It doesn't require a server and can be configured to automatically back up its configuration to a shared location. Its configuration can be easily copied to another machine to make hardware updates a snap. As an option, it can be set up to send error status via email to anyone on your staff and to our support group if an error condition should arise. The most common error is when the PC loses its connection to the Mosaiq database. At this point, updates to the whiteboard will stop and the error will be displayed on the whiteboard and then transmitted to the email recipient. The whiteboard doesn't default to just a couple predefined configurations. You can make multiple configurations for use in different areas. It works great in the patient planning areas, but you can also use it in SIM or as part of your chemotherapy workflows. It can be configured in as many ways as you like. Sons is currently working on a whiteboard to monitor workflows associated with survivorship. You might notice that the same patient appears on multiple whiteboards. CCS patients, like Ron Anderson, will be seen on both the radiation treatment whiteboard and on the chemo whiteboard. As patients complete treatment, they can also be sent to the survivorship whiteboard automatically. Mosaiq's IQ scripts drive the steps in this automated workflow. Our engineers have gone to great lengths to make our whiteboard follow your existing workflows without any manual entry. You can also make custom configurations per user that can be viewed in Mosaiq.
I'm entering a new patient in the Mosaiq client in quick orders.
Patients enter the whiteboard when a quick order is created or when the associated QCL for the patient is completed in Mosaiq. Patients can be re-entered on the whiteboard multiple times in the case of primary and secondary treatment sites or if radiation boost is required. Each entry can have unique treatment technique, body site, and modality assigned, as well as treatment date and time. All this information is sent to the whiteboard in real time as data is entered in Mosaiq.
The whiteboard also has an export option that will store whiteboard data in a SQL database. Analytics can then be performed using standard applications like Microsoft Access and Crystal Reports. This report was created in just a couple hours and shows QCL usage per patient. It also shows the time distribution for the average patient in a pie graph. This data could be used to establish base times for the process times tables.
Let's talk a bit about the whiteboard and how it can be used. The whiteboard was designed to show a lot of information, but in a way that is easily manageable. At a glance, the user can track processes and see bottlenecks in workflows or areas of inefficiency. But most importantly, the whiteboard monitors treatment times and ensures on-time patient treatment. The whiteboard can be configured to use up to 3 data sort items. Most sites use the treatment date as the primary sort. Patients will then be shown in the order of who is treated next. Prostate patients, or those whose diagnosis is not as urgent, will initially fall to the bottom or lower part of the whiteboard. The user of the whiteboard can overwrite the default while viewing the whiteboard by simply clicking on the column header. Filters can also be selected by clicking on any data item. Now let's take a closer look at how time management is monitored for each QCL task. The whiteboard uses 4 different algorithms to calculate time allocated for each task. First is the process time hours. Task due times based on body site, technique, and priority. For this method, as part of the configuration, a table is set up to store average times needed to complete each QCL task based on body site technique and treatment priority. This method provides the most control over time allocation across any given workflow. Second is process time percentage. Task due time is calculated as percentage of the total time available until scheduled treatment. Third is the process time hours, or QCL due date and time. Task due time is assigned the QCL due date time that is entered for the patient in Mosaiq. If the time is not set in the QCL task, then the time assigned in the process timetable is used by default. Process time based on days available until treatment is fourth. Task due time is calculated working backwards from treatment date with options to pick time of day. You can simply state that for this QCL task associated with this body site and treatment technique, the task should be completed no later than 2 p.m. 2 days prior to treatment. The whiteboard will use clinic hours as set in the scheduling guidelines section of the Mosaiq client. Times associated with processes will only be logged during normal clinic hours. A new and very exciting feature of the whiteboard is the total time remaining option. This column is used to display the time allocated and the time actually used for each QCL assigned to the patient. At a glance, this screen gives you a nice history of all processes completed, skipped, and yet to be addressed for the patient. If based on calculated treatment times for each task, it is determined that the scheduled treatment date and time is not possible, then the next possible treatment date and time is displayed so that the appointment can be modified.
If you click on any QCL task, a window will open that will give you detailed information about the given task. You will see the start and complete times, the QCL name, information about how the time is calculated, and how much time has been allocated to the task. What's unique about this whiteboard is some tasks are hidden. You can see that this QCL is pending TOMO and is indicated by the pink status color. This task is waiting the completion of another QCL that's TOMO related. Once that QCL is complete, this task status will change from pending to in process. You can see that with the additional QCLs shown on the board, it becomes a bit congested. Plus, patients not using TOMO have blank tasks where processes are not needed. Notice the yellow shaded task at the bottom of the whiteboard. This QCL is using a new feature that gives the user advance notice of QCLs that need to be finished. 5 hours prior to complete time, this QCL will change to yellow in hopes that the responsible staff will make the task a priority.
A couple of final features that are unique to our whiteboard include client-provided refresh time. This can be in seconds, minutes, hours, or days. Initial refresh time can be scheduled so that subsequent refresh times will be at the top of the hour, for example, or exactly every 5 minutes starting at the top of the hour. Patients will be removed from the whiteboard when the last QCL is marked complete or when treatment is delivered. You can configure the number of hours that the patient remains on the whiteboard. A patient can be removed from the whiteboard at any time using the whiteboard comment QCL and entering a predefined word like canceled. The whiteboard also has fully customizable layout with user-defined fonts, sizes, and colors. You can add grid lines and alternating row colors to help locate patients and other data items. I would like to thank you for viewing our demo. Please contact support at sonsautomation.com if you have any other questions.